Out there, everyone. Just wanted to do this quick video. It's a couple of days before Christmas. Happy Merry Christmas. And I have this thought. Have any of you ever thought or wondered or questioned, did my loctician ruin my locks? Well, that's my discussion today. Um, that question, of course, is always running through our minds when things don't go right. Is it my fault? Is it someone else's fault? And, how do we deal with that? So that's my talk today. If you have any lactation stories, I really want you to share them with me below. And I'm going to tell you mine. You saw my locks the last time. I have made a couple of changes. I'll tell you what I've done. Um, what you see here is a braid out, and then I put some rollers in, kind of like the pipe cleaner rollers, um, to give it some body and some bounce and a little bit of curl. So here's the answer to my question. No, of course, my loctician did not ruin my locks, but I will say that we differed in our vision for my locks, and her actions, along with mine, is what's predicating me to do what one of you suggested in the comments, was to start again. So I've actually started over. I'll tell you a little bit about that and how I'm transitioning. Um, but so what happened is, um, I was wondering why my locks were so big, so bunchy. I think the reason they were so bunchy perhaps is because I did not band and braid when I washed, perhaps. Um, but some of the reason why they were so big compared to when I started was some of them, like maybe this might be one here, not that one. My loctician, unbeknown to me, was kind of combining them. And maybe that's it. So this is kind of big, right? This is really big. She would always ask me if I wanted to combine any of them, and I would always say no for now. I know eventually I might have to, but I was discovering they were getting bigger and bigger, right? Um, and then as I started actually taking them down, I could find where they had been combined. So, Chucks, I don't know what's going on with the lighting in here. So, yeah, that's big. Um, you can see right next to that one, there's one that hasn't been combined, and that's more the size of what they were and what I wanted. Uh, and then another thing is, I wanted to have loose ends, like one day kind of open my ends. She hated my ends. She was always like, let's cut your ends. And I was like, no, because I wanted the wispy ends. So I kind of think one of the things she might have been doing, because every time I would go, I would notice I would come out with more, not, there's one, there it is, blunt ends. And so as I'm taking these down, I think what she was doing was twisting them and pushing the ends up because she wanted to see blunt ends. I wanted wispy ends. This lighting, sorry about the lighting. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. So we just had two different visions. But it's so hard because, first of all, she was the only loctician within like 75 miles of me. And then, second of all, I think she's a great loctician, in the sense that every time I leave her shop, my hair looks the bomb. It really, really, really looks great. And although I don't think my hair necessarily looks bad, terrible, now, it just wasn't exactly what I envisioned it. I still think I could keep it, but I decided that um, I would try to start over. So, wow, that is bare. That is a huge issue because each one of these takes about an hour, 2 hours to take out. And I had over 100. So, in strategic places, I have started taking them out and replacing them with the size that I want, which was kind of the size they were originally, or maybe even a little smaller. So you see this? That's the size I want, right? That might be a little smaller than I had previously. Look at all that gray. Let me see. Can you see this? Can you see this? Right? Compare that size to, uh, I guess I'm terrible at this camera work, but to that size, right? That size there versus, I am not no expert, okay? I'm a complete novice, all right? Compared to that, right? So, unfortunately, it's taking like forever. And as you can imagine, and I actually had to like go back to wearing a wig a couple of days at work because the section that I had down, I couldn't like fake it. Um, but I do like my new tiny ones. You can see some of them sticking up right there. There's one, right? So they're all kind of embedded in here. Like I said, I don't know when I'll get the complete conversion. I'll probably have to do, that's two. Um, See that? That's two. I'll probably have to wear wigs again during those times when I just can't, and the side's really fallen. In terms of the curl, this side really hasn't, but that might be because I keep playing with that side. Get back over there. Anyway, so um, so I am converting over. Um, the one of the cons of my redoing is I'm losing my grid because I can't take down my whole head. So I can only take one, two, maybe three braids down at a time and then re-braid them as four or five or six. Um, and therefore, I'm not really able to completely complete my grid pattern. Um, as if I would if I completely start over, but I really just don't want to do that. I don't have the time, first of all. Um, like I said, each one of these is taking about 2 hours to take down. It is a bear, and it is wow. So, and I work 7 days a week, like 10 hours practically. So, I'm up at midnight every night trying to take one or two more of these locks down. But I'll let you know how the progress goes. Like I said, I really like the teeny ones. I don't know what I'm going to do. There's my teeny one. Don't know what I'm going to do in terms of loctician. Uh, because although my girl is the bomb, I just can't have her combine in my locks. And, I explained to her I like the wispians, and she still kind of, you know, sucked them up. So let me check my notes, see if I did everything here. But yeah, I just really want to hear other people's. Write your comments below. Is this just my loctician that combines your locks without telling you, or is this something common? And I know that eventually, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe she's just doing this to save my hair because it's thin and there's not much base. So maybe I'm actually screwing up and she was trying to save me. But just tell me your opinions. And, you know, once again, I don't like dislike my hair. Uh, Even the way it is, I don't, there goes that light again. I don't dislike it. Um, they're just really bigger. And I know that they swell. I know that they swell. Here's a small one. Okay. No, this is an uncombined original. And that is that size. Okay, I can't seem to go backwards for it. It's fine, but combined, just wasn't fine. So this time I will band and braid. Um, this time I will, really try to make sure no one's combining them. What I'm super saddened about is I am almost a year into my journey. Um, it's December 19th, 18th, whatever. I started January 2nd last year. And so I'm actually going to lose a year because, all these newbies are going to be brand new. So it's a setback. It's a setback. But, when you do locks, it's a journey. And this is part of the journey. And I think if I didn't try to start it all over again, I would forever wonder what would have happened if I tried again, if I tried to maintain the size that I wanted, if I just took better care of them. So that is what I'm trying to do this time. And I hope you continue to follow me on my middle-aged, super thin, fine, low density braidloc journey. I know there's some other people out there who are facing some of the challenges that I'm facing. And I'll catch up with you next time. Leave your comments below. Subscribe. My kids tell me that I'm supposed to say that. I'm not sure what it all means, but I'm excited to say it. I have a few subscribers, and my kids are like, "Whoa, Mom!" So help me out. Okay. All right. Peace. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.